Ballot aims to solve San Diego's homeless crisis by raising taxes and then using that money to build affordable housing. ABC 10 News reporter Jared Aarons goes in-depth on Measure A to find out how much each San Diegan would have to pay if it passes.
San Diego's most recent count found almost 5,000 people who are homeless. Measure A would give the city $900 million to build housing for all of them and more.
It's capital money. That is to say, bricks and mortar for building actual homes, apartments, and it would build as many as 7,500 homes ultimately, including 2,700 that are needed for folks who are chronically homeless.
The homes could also go to low-income families on the verge of homelessness, plus veterans, seniors, the disabled, and other vulnerable populations. Supporters, which include dozens of local homeless advocacy groups, say building homes and getting people off the street is the best way to help.
The trauma of sleeping on the street is ongoing. We believe the first thing you need to do is give someone a safe, secure place to live with the supportive services, with staff on site who try to help folks, reestablish their lives and be their best selves.
Opponents, like the anti-tax group Reform California, call Measure A a tax hike and say the city's housing first approach doesn't work.
Look, the people who put Measure A on the ballot are the same people who are responsible for the failed strategies that we've been pursuing for the past decade. If we really want to deal with homelessness, we have to get to the root cause of homelessness, which is substance abuse and mental illness.
The $900 million bond would be paid back through a property tax hike. But how much would it actually cost you? According to the measure, the city says in the first year it would be about $3.14 for every $100,000 of value assessed on your home. The average home in San Diego is worth around $600,000, so it's roughly $19. But by 2028, the measure says that tax would go up to $20.85 for every $100,000 of value. So an average homeowner would owe $125, and that tax stays in place until all the bonds are paid off in 2062. That's 40 years at around $125 per year, $5,000.
We believe this is the time. And we believe that folks with their empathy, with their sympathy for folks on the streets are prepared to make that small investment.
But opponents say it's not that small and point to city estimates that it will actually cost $2.1 billion to pay it off.
Well, Measure A is a massive property tax increase in the city of San Diego that comes at the worst time, in the middle of a pandemic and economic downturn.
Supporters argue they can use that $900 million to bring in another $4 billion in state and federal matching grants. And like a mortgage, the city would own the homes once the bonds are paid.
As long as we're done paying for them, we still have them to use and to use as affordable housing.
Measure A would also create a citizens oversight committee to make sure all the money is only spent on affordable housing. Since it's a new tax, it requires 2/3 vote to pass. Downtown, Jared Aarons, ABC 10 News.
Now, ABC 10 News is your home for complete election coverage. Just go to our website, 10news.com, for a breakdown of every issue on the ballot. And if you have a story or question that needs an in-depth look, we'd love to hear from you. Just email us at tips@10news.com. Meanwhile, now